Hello and welcome to episode 8 of Can I Survive? My name's Udarusi and this is Space Engineers. So, it's been a little while since I've seen you. Not so much you've seen me. So, unfortunately, there's been a couple of episodes between this one and the last that is on YouTube. But the first one, the audio didn't record at all, and then the second one, it's recorded the game audio on the same track as my mic, which is not handy at all because then it means that you literally could barely hear me at all. I wasn't able to edit it afterwards or anything like that, and yeah, it just would have made the episode completely horrible. So I'm just going to do a quick little rundown of what we have been up to. So first of all, we've added some extra solar panels to our solar tower. We have we last time we saw you saw me, you would have seen that we just built our attack ship, which was absolutely brilliant. We managed to take down the scientific lab, which was over that way, and another base or so, which was over in that direction. We've also found an ice lake behind the scientific lab, so a little bit further on, which is why we have a hydrogen tank here and our H2O2 gen. I'll place them outside because I don't really have a spot for them on the inside yet, so everything can just mount up here. So yeah, and apart from that, unfortunately we lost our transporter, but we have built a new miner, which is perfect. And the attack ship that we did have, it didn't really. I mean, it did a really good job, but there wasn't really much left of it, so I decided to grind it down and we're going to build a new one. But yeah, and it's really cool because I think having these new ships, they sort of build on each other, so they get better and better. Obviously, I find out what does work, what doesn't work, and yeah, this mining design is perfect. It's got more than enough lift, it's got enough thrust, it's got enough um, drills on the front to drill in a straight line, and yeah, so that's where we've been up to. And today, let's have a little look. Oh, yeah, we got a little checklist as well. We also managed to get 2 batteries down as well, which is perfect because they're now on charge at the moment. So, this is our little checklist. So, first of all, we want to recover a reactor from the enemy base. So, not the scientific lab, but there was another base over there that had a reactor in it. Annoyingly, I've lost all the uranium because it was in the transporter, which ended up crash landing. So, yeah, I want to pick that up and bring that over to the base. Even though we don't have any uranium at the moment, it will be handy for in the future when we do come across it next. And yeah, so we're going to get on that first. We also have our ice lake, which we need to find again because annoyingly I didn't actually put down a marker. We want to rebuild our attack ship. We need to build a solar array. So by that I mean that we want multiple solar towers in a general area, so then we can get the most amount of power out of it as possible. We want to get our assemblers and refineries finished on the inside. We want to do a base refurb, finish the battery hub. Then we want to build a garage slash hangar, and then surround the base with turrets. So that's not a bad little checklist. 9 things on there at the moment, and I'm going to add on there as we go, or take away as it's been done. So yeah, so first of all we're going to recover the reactor from the enemy base. So I'm going to take the miner over there, and it's all safe because I've disabled all the turrets, so nothing should end up shooting back at us. So all we're going to need to go over there is a landing gear. So let's get that from our onto our hotbar now. Let's just make sure that we have enough components. Perfect. So yeah, we're going to need that and our grinder to be able to get to it. So I'm going to hop into our miner, disconnect, and then we are going to tilt it forward a little bit just so then it's easier to get back in. And then I want to get a landing gear in just there. Perfect. There we are. Let's drop off the rest of the components. So yeah, so we're going to use this to hopefully pick up the reactor and bring it back to base. So I'm going to head over there now, and as you can see, this ship flies brilliantly. moves around quite nicely, it hovers, and it gets some decent speed as well, just not when it's full. So I believe that the base was on the other side of this mountain, and I'm hoping that that territory defense station hasn't sort of taken it over. Um, oh, it looks like it might have, because I believe that is where it was. Right then, in that case, we're going to have to get our attack ship built first. So I'm going to head back to base, and then I will see you once we're there. There we are. So I'm just going to land here tilted forward again, just because we need to get that landing gear off from the bottom. Oh yes, and I've also got the glass in on this landing pad, or landing bay, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, to stop us from falling through, which happened quite a lot, and yeah, was not fun at all. So let's just hook back up there. Right, so our attack ship, I think we're gonna try and build it around the same size as this ship here. Last time I kind of built it to be really small, but I think this one I do want to build the best one that I can. So let's get our components. So we're gonna need landing gear, light armor blocks. We're also gonna need cockpit, batteries, and atmo thrusters. But we want the smaller ones. Let's have a look. There we are. Look. And actually, let's use the sci-fi thrusters. We used them in the last build, and they actually were pretty nice. So let's just get the larger one, and apart from that we will also need some gyros, or actually let's get some storage on there as well. Now we don't need a really big amount of storage, we'll just maybe have 1 or 2 cargo containers. It's literally just going to be holding the ammo for it. So let's get these, and actually let's grab some steel plates as well. Get rid of the scrap. There we are. And we don't need the iron. Have we got any interior plates? Let's have a little look. Ah, there we are, perfect. So we have got quite a few there. And let's fill up on steel plates. So, right, let's get our landing gear put in just there. And let's build a little frame around this as well. Because for some reason, apparently, I really like doing that. But it does come in handy. Oh, and also, during those, because we managed to find the ice lake and we got the hydrogen going, look at what I've got. I've now got a jetpack. I can use my jetpack again, which is brilliant. Yeah, especially for building and things like that, although I've grown used to using the scaffolding. So I don't actually use the jetpack as much as what I probably could. Which is a good thing because then it saves on fuel. But yeah, no, it's really handy to have it back again. It just means that now, for example, we can add stuff to the solar panel. If I fall off, I'm fine. But yeah, so that is perfect. And I'm gonna go for a similar design as this on the inside. So I had the batteries on the bottom, just there. So I think we're gonna go 1, 2, and another one on the back. And let's just get a ramp on here as well. Just there. 7, and there we are. So we've got 3 batteries just there, and I'm going to go with the cargo container as well. And I'm going to face that to the sides. There we are, just like so. And we're going to put our cockpit just on the front with another battery. Just there. And I think from there, yeah, this is mostly what we're going to need from this. But I do like a certain design. I do really like this design. So I think actually, yeah, we're going to go for a really similar one, but we're just going to change it up a little bit. So how many blocks was on this? I believe there was 5, maybe, because we have on the other one, let's see. So I want the front thrusters to be like that, just there. So then there's enough room to get our turrets in as well. Or in actual fact, because we're not going to be able to have our turrets there. So I think, right, let's really think out of the box here, and let's think turrets first before thrusters. So we want our turrets to be on the front, and let's just get rid of our cockpit, and let's get our Gatling guns just there. So yeah, so we're going to want a very large array of guns coming off the front. So I'm going to put 3 there. And then they can be connected up straight to a cockpit. And then I think we're going to go for another 1 and 2. And then possibly another 2 just there as well. So what was that? That was on 1 and 2. And then 1, 2. Perfect. Just like that. Or actually, no, maybe not. We want 1, 2, just like so. So that's going to give us a lot of firepower just from the cockpit and from where we're sitting. And then we're going to want some turrets on the sides as well. So we're going to want to go with our Gatling turret just here, the automated one. So ideally I want 1 on the top and 1 on either side, and possibly even 1 underneath if we can fit it in. So yeah, this is going to have to come back quite a bit. And I think what we're going to do is we're going to offset it. So if I bring the thruster there, then that's going to be above the turrets, which is perfect. And let's just try and figure this out. Oh, or actually, no, let's have it behind the cockpit. So just there, I believe that was. Yep, perfect. And then we want our up thrust, so that's going to keep us up. And this can actually go down a bit. And we'll probably ramp that up. And then we also want our down thrust and up thrust again. Perfect, just like that. So let's add that in on this side. Just there. And then from the back, we are also going to want some... Oh, let's not die yet. So let's just recharge on our hydrogen. There we are. And actually, I think I'm going to set a few of those for production. So let's get a couple in there. And I'm not sure where they've gone, but they seem to have all disappeared. Ah, they're in the H2O2 gen. Look at that. Alright, let's just get rid of some of this. Some of the scrap. And that just there. Perfect. Grab our plates again. And let's get these all refilled. There we are, look at that. So we've got 3 bottles now, which is perfect. And yeah, off the back here, I want to have some thrusters being reversed as well. So yeah, I think we'll keep them on the same level as this and just bring them back a bit. So let's just add in our medium cargo containers along the middle. And actually, I think we are going to want to replace this one. Just then we have the connectors on the top instead. And I think we'll do that with this one here as well. Just in there. And then we can switch around again. Just there. And then we'll have our connector on the back with our thrusters just here, if I can get them on. There we are, and there. So that is perfect, and now we just need our left and right thrust, which is going to be easier said than done. Although with this design, this isn't too bad, so I think we can get them in just here. So we can go 1, 2, 3, 4, and then again here we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we'll do the same on the front. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then again here we'll go 1, 2, 3, and 4. So that's perfect because now we have 8 on either side. And we can also continue these batteries along as well. Get the maximum amount of power out of this as possible. And I'm not going to continue it there, but I am going to add another cargo container. And then we'll add the connector on the end to that. Just otherwise we won't be able to connect with these thrusters hanging out the back. So let's grab some now. There we are, add that to the back. Perfect. And yeah, do you know what? I think I will add that battery just there. We can slope that up to the back. Well, actually, no. Do a better job of sloping it without. So, yeah, I think that is going to be our main fighter ship. So, we have thrust in all directions. We're also going to add in our Gatling turret just here. So, we're going to have one on that side and one on this side as well. Just there. But then I'm also going to want that in the center on the top. And I don't think that's actually going to work. So we might have to... can we add one there? So yeah, so we could add one at the front. Just there. But it'd have to be a block higher. Or we can add one at the back. Just here. And let's just get this block down. Because it'd have to be on top of this here. So yeah, I think we'll go with that. And I actually do want one on the center as well. Just there. And annoyingly, I'm gonna have to move this cockpit one forwards, or a few forwards, because we've forgotten to do our H2O2 gen as well. So let's get that in there. Now, I don't really need it for the H2 or the O2, but I am going to need it to be able to connect the cockpit up to the rest of the ship. So let's add that in there. And then we can add those turrets back on. Just there, get those ones, and are they the right way around? Yep. Perfect. And then this bottom one is going to have to come forwards. Or not at all, maybe. No, actually, I think what we can do is a entire line of them there. Just like so. Well, actually, no, because we're not going to have anywhere to be able to connect to them, because otherwise they're going to go straight in front of these turrets here. Or we could... Actually, no. Let's put them in, but let's put them in rotated. So the connector will come down, and then we can go around the bottom, which then will be a perfect spot to be able to connect up to the rest of these turrets. But yeah, so that is a lot of firepower for the front, and we're going to have to try and find quite a nice design that's going to be able to cover it up. But yeah, so I'm going to add the other, not the connector, but the other turret just on top there. So we have one at the front and one at the back. And yeah, this is going to come along quite nicely, especially as our main attack ship. It's quite a large attack ship, much larger than our first one, but it's definitely going to be able to fly well, and it should, with the right amount of shielding over it, it definitely should be able to take quite a beating. But yeah, so that's this build. I'm going to get this all welded up, and then we're going to start talking about armor. So I will see you once this is all welded. Alright, so it looks like we're getting some lightning going on around us at the moment. And hopefully, because I have read in a couple of forums that it can destroy your base in a pretty nasty way. So let's hope that it doesn't actually do any damage. But yeah, I just wanted to talk about our conveyor system. So this is the rough shape that we're going to go for on the top. So it's going to connect to the front Gatling, and the sides and the rear. And I'm just going to bring that along here as well. Just there. Rotate that up. Rotate that down and to connect. But yeah, but at the front we're going to have to get a little bit more creative because there is quite a lot that's going to be in front of us, and ideally we're going to want to connect to these turrets here. So we're going to bring it along down underneath these thrusters and then to our turrets at the front, and then underneath and to the turrets at the very front. So I think for that I'm going to come down here, and then underneath the turrets, just like so. Or actually, let's get rid of that one. Oh wow, yeah. So that lightning is, I think, pretty close. I mean, at least it sounds like it. Looks like it's over that way. Hopefully, oh, and another one over there. Hopefully this is realistic and it sort of moves. And hopefully that's away from us. But yeah, anyway, so for these connectors, I'm going to add one just in there. And then we're going to come in underneath our turrets, just like so. And really, we want to come over to this one here. So let's just add that in and see where that goes to. Right, so that goes to there. So let's add our curved one again, just there. And then to our straight line. So that's perfect. So that's hooked up to these bottom line turrets. And I'm actually going to add in a conveyor just there, and then let's put that back there. So with the conveyor, let's just get rid of these. I'll use my jetpack. With the conveyor, it means that we're going to be able to bring it up for starters, to our first ones, or actually maybe not. So that's really frustrating. But actually, right, so we want our conveyors to be just in here. So we want 1, 2, and 3, so then they're all connected. And then let's backtrack from here. So we're going to go back here, and then to line up with this one, let's go with the small curve. And actually, yeah, let's get that going up, behind the other ones, just there. And then we can bring that over to our conveyor belt just there. And then if we get rid of this block here and turn that into a conveyor, then we can bring this one up and over. So it's a little bit messier, although it definitely works. So let's add that in there, and then the straight connector just there. So there we are. So that's quite a little bit of, well, yeah, that's quite a messy design, but it is now all connected. So first of all, it's going to go from the large turret, well, it's going to go from the cargo to the larger turret, through these pipes to this connector. Then it's going to go to the turrets just here and the turrets at the top before, or after even, going to the turrets at the very front. So as long as they're all connected, really, it's all going to work out. So yeah, so I'm going to carry on getting this all welded up, but I just thought I'd sort of talk you through how my planning is going. Alright then, so yeah, so we've got pretty good progress so far. So we've got all the turrets all welded up and connected to our cargo containers. And yeah, basically all that's left to do now, finish off the turrets, and then we can get some armor on this bad boy. Alright, so by the looks of it, we're getting low on iron. So before I carry on with this ship, I'm just going to go take the miner and we're going to grab some. And while we're there as well, I think we're going to try and grab some nickel too. Oh, that was nasty. So we just got hit by lightning there. And that has done quite a lot of bloody damage to the top of this. Luckily enough, it's not like destroyed anything that needs to be working. But yeah, that was not fun at all. So let's just drop the parts that are hanging off there. Jesus. Yeah, this lightning is not very friendly. I can't tell if we're dropping. No, we're not. But hopefully, by the sounds of it, it looks like the lightning has passed now. But wow, that yeah, that gave me quite a shock. So yeah, as you can see, this miner does a really good job of digging out a hole, which is the perfect size as well for the size of this ship, because it actually means that we can sort of drill in a straight line now, rather than having to drill around us and take forever. Now we can just drill forward and keep going. But by the looks of it, we are now full, which is perfect. So let's head back to the base, and then we'll get the rest of our attack ship welded up, so then we can go and find our reactor. That lightning seems to be getting closer and closer to home at the moment. So let's hope that it doesn't come and pay us a visit. There we are. We're all hooked up now. I'm going to turn those lights off as well. Or actually, I'm just going to keep them on. Yeah, extra lighting around the base. But yeah, so that's done a nice little dink on the top here. And well, I don't think those are actually connected anymore, are they? Oh, they are. Okay, perfect. So I'm just gonna do some minor repairs to this ship quickly. Um, but yeah, while I'm doing that anyway, the iron will be going through our refineries, and then we should be able to finish off the rest of our attack ship. Perfect, there we are. So we've got our mining ship all welded back up, and she is looking beautiful as ever. But yeah, so as I say, with this ship, all that's literally left is just the turrets, and then we can start getting some armor over it. Right then, there we are. So we've got our very first speed module on here, and I'm going to attempt to get another one just on this side. So just there. There we are. So now our production should be much faster. There we are, look at that. So we can already see the difference. And yeah, and once we get more in our production line, then it's going to speed up a hell of a lot more. But yeah, so let's carry on. So we're not actually that far from finishing this now. We've just got, where are they? A few more um, thrusters to do on this side, and the thing is as well, I don't think I'm going to armor this up very much. I mean, obviously these turrets need to be more connected than just a single block. But yeah, armor wise, there's not going to be a lot that we're going to be able to do on the front here. Not without, for starters, blocking these turrets or the thrusters. So yeah, I think I'm going to keep it as it is, and we're just going to get the rest of these turrets done. And we also need some large steel tube. So let's get that into production. There we are. By the looks of it, we're out of nickel as well now. So I'm going to take this out again, the miner, and hopefully we don't get hit by lightning. And then we are going to grab some more nickel. Right, so at the moment we are on a very deadly path. Yeah, we have no power at all. Um, or maybe not no power, but we have very little that nothing is running, or that I can tell of anyway. So let's have a look down here. So no, nothing is running at all. The basic refinery isn't running. Yeah, so we are at a very bad power deficit, and we really need to upgrade that solar tower. So, um, yeah, I think we're gonna have to leave this episode here. I mean, we've got our attack ship mostly done, which is pretty good. We've just got a few more motors to go. Um, But when we come back, next episode, we are going to get started on our solar array. Because this single tower is definitely not enough. I mean, we could build it higher and add some more solar towers, solar panels on there. But it's just not really going to be ideal. Or actually, that is quite a good idea. Maybe we might just double this up and rebuild this on top of it. Um, but yeah, so we'll wait until we come back. The solar array is definitely an option at the moment, especially with this large field around here. But anyway, so my name's Udarusi, and this has been Can I Survive? And I will see you in the next one. Yeah, I'm definitely not going to check that out with our ship at the moment, especially in its current state. So it looks like we're about to head over to our... Oh, actually, there's a turret there, so let's get rid of this light armor block. Whoa!